Guys, welcome into the go home show to WrestleMania review. This is Webby. I appreciate y'all coming in. I got one question for you. One major question for you. Are you all any more excited about WrestleMania 42 after this Monday Night Raw? Are you any more excited? Me personally, no, I am not. I am questioning a few matches, and I'm glad WWE did that. I'm glad WWE went down a certain road tonight, even though it made for the show to be a little boring. It made it where we can't look at WrestleMania 42 and say it's so predictable. Okay, we can't say that now about WrestleMania 42, and we're going to discuss that right here today because WWE Wrestling 101 says whoever gets the upper hand at the go home show will lose at the pay-per-view or the PLE. Well, guys, in their biggest feuds going into WrestleMania on Monday Night Raw, we didn't get any major, outcomes tonight. We didn't. Brock Lesnar didn't get the upper hand. Femi didn't get the upper hand. Roman Reigns didn't get the upper hand. CM Punk didn't. And, we kind of got a brawl, so to speak, between Gunther and Seth Rollins. They kind of brawled a little bit. And Seth Rollins almost stomped Gunther's head into the steel steps. And we didn't get anything tonight that really told us, hey, if things play out like WWE usually does, this person's going over at WrestleMania. So we got a lot to discuss right here today about this Monday Night Raw. Not saying all of it was good, okay? I'm not, but some of it definitely was, some of it was worth watching. I did like how they did the ending of Monday Night Raw. The Roman Reigns and CM Punk segment. They didn't go out and brawl like they did the last two times. They saw each other because if they did that, it wasn't necessary for them to do that. Tell the truth. Tell a story one last time. And what better way to tell that story than CM Punk explaining why he was envy of Roman Reigns and about how he was handed everything to him, and about the Anoa'i dynasty and so on and so forth, and the main eventing WrestleMania and the over 1,300 day title reign. Just kept on naming it. And then he compared it to his upraising in the wrestling business, which is polar opposites. Polar opposites, wrestling fans, as we all know. And surprising, he said sorry to Roman Reigns. He finally said sorry to him about the jab that, or it wasn't necessarily a jab, but about bringing Asuka into the rival a number of weeks back. Overall, really enjoyed the segment of CM Punk and Roman Reigns, because then Roman Reigns just took it to him, short, sweet, to a point, and saying, I envy you, I hate you too, by the fact that I hope by the time I leave and am gone, they will chant my name for 10 years straight, just like they did yours. Roman Reigns explained. But that's where it's all going to come crashing down, because he's going to take the belt back. In so many words, he's going to take the belt back at WrestleMania. And it's going to be back on top. This nostalgia act is going to be done and over with on Sunday night. I'm ready to see it. I'm ready to see this match to see if anything happens. Part of me thinks that there's going to be some type of surprise at WrestleMania Sunday. Guys, look, WrestleMania, I am going with Roman Reigns winning. I really am. Okay? I'm going with Roman Reigns winning at WrestleMania. And quite frankly, I'm done with CM Punk being world champ. I just am. Okay? If you want my full preview, though, of WrestleMania 42, it's on the channel right now. Go and check that out. But Seth Rollins and Gunther, okay, they got into kind of like a brawl tonight. Gunther really didn't even have any time to say anything, because Seth Rollins jumped in and attacked him, and they brawled and everything, and they both described and told each other why it was personal. Look, there's no question. It was the lamest reason why. It was personal for them. Okay? Still wrapped around Paul Heyman. Alright? Gunther says that it's personal for him because he really is the best in the ring, and it's personal for him because Seth Rollins goes around and dances around when Gunther is still proving himself and proving that he is the best wrestler in the WWE, so on and so forth. Look, these guys clearly, as we all have discussed, have been just thrown together because they needed a match. They needed a match. Honestly, either at WrestleMania or the Raw after WrestleMania, I think we see Braun Breaker return. I do. I think that's what happens. And I think that if Braun Breaker returns, that is what helps Gunther beat Seth Rollins. I just think that's the direction that they are going in, because you can't just have Seth Rollins lose clean in this match, and Gunther really does not need to lose at WrestleMania. He doesn't. Now, Brock Lesnar and Oba Femi, the best thing they could have done here was to have them not face each other as far as getting into a confrontation. Now, would I have liked for them to see each other face to face, nose to nose, or maybe Brock Lesnar being on the stage and Oba Femi being in the ring one last time. Something. Just something. Yes. We didn't get that. Instead, we just got Paul Heyman out there. But this really is a good thing that they did this in the long run. I know a lot of people are going to be crapping all over this. I mean, crapping all over it. But in the long run, this was a good thing because this gives some suspense. This makes it less predictable on what's going to happen on Sunday. Because if Brock Lesnar would have went in there and F5'd Obafemi or took him to Suplex City, a lot of people would have said, hey, Obafemi wins. If Obafemi would have power bombed Brock Lesnar or clotheslined him over the top rope or something like that, first assumption goes to Obafemi loses at WrestleMania. That's the way WWE works. The only thing that I can tell you is 9 times out of 10, when Paul Heyman comes out and he makes a spoiler, not a prediction, Brock usually comes out on top. And he made a spoiler, not a prediction, after he built up Obafemi. Guys, I really think they might be going into more than just one matchup. And if they do more than just one match, Obafemi will lose at WrestleMania. If this is a one-off, Obafemi wins. We'll have to wait and see what happens. I know one thing. They did a great job here on Raw, keeping those two away. Okay? But it made it a little lackluster for the go-home show. So it's a little... You can see it either way. Okay? Either way. Personally, I would have done something like this, keeping them away. Maybe a couple weeks ago, and had Paul Heyman talk to Obafemi a couple weeks ago, and have a brawl tonight. Just an all-out brawl where nobody gets an upper hand. Speaking of an all-out brawl, Stephanie Vaquer and Liv Morgan had an all-out brawl. Stephanie Vaquer was supposed to have a common interview, and then Liv Morgan just went out and went ballistic. I mean, just went ballistic, yelling, and then they had one big cat fight in the ring. I mean, just all-out cat fight. Honestly, I think Stephanie Vaquer is going to lose her strap at WrestleMania. I think we're going to get some title changes at WrestleMania. I think that's going to be one of them that does end up dropping and going to Liv Morgan. Just me, okay? That's just me. And, you know, speaking of title changes... You know, and I know it seems like I'm kind of reviewing and previewing and stuff like that with this Raw review. Guys, my preview and predictions of WrestleMania, I said that Penta was going to walk out victorious. I know I did. And those of you who have tuned into it know that I have said that. Honestly, I think it would be a huge shot in the arm for Javon Evans if he climbed that ladder and became the new Intercontinental Champion. I think it's going to happen? Probably not. But honestly, hey, look, give him a WrestleMania moment and let him become the Intercontinental Champion. Hey, that would be a great thing. Okay. Rusev got his moment tonight. Rey Mysterio got his moment tonight. And quite frankly, Penta got his moment tonight. They all, I mean, when they came down and they got the upper hand and all this crap. So, the question is, who's going to walk out victorious? All right. We'll wait and see on Sunday. I'm actually looking forward to that match. And I hope that ESPN lets them go all out in that contest. But, guys, that was pretty much Monday Night Raw tonight. Pretty good episode. I want to say that it was a pretty good episode for what they gave us. It was not the best go-home show to WrestleMania, but I'm not going to complain about it too much. I'm just not. But y'all let me know what you're thinking in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel today. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell. Give me a big thumbs up. Leave a comment. Share. All that kind of great stuff. You know what to do. It's appreciated. And until I see you again, this is Webby. I'll catch all of you on the other side. Talk to you later.